Ladies and gentlemen, the Burgundy Breakdown is back on your screen. And before we even start, my man Z brought up to my attention that the Washington Commanders could potentially make the playoffs if we went out. Keep that in the back of your mind as we're going to talk about that. Hard Knocks episode 1. And Jayden Daniels possibly returning to Minnesota. Brandon Aiyuk to Washington in 2026 and so much more on the Burgundy Breakdown. Let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another installment of the Burgundy Breakdown. It's your man Juan Gotti, in the center is John from Ball and Burgundy Podcast, and one half of Reedie and ZZ. No up today. Apparently, TTR Frost says,
"Yeah, Unc might hop on the pod. Unc got a national championship. They going down to Florida come Friday. Shout out to Level 82 out of B-more. They going down Florida to take the 11U down there, and they trying to win them a championship. So he got a lot that he's shuffling right now. But he said if he get time, he definitely gonna hop on.
Hey, shout out to that. Hey, at least he winning in something.
I know, right?
Winning in something because this football team
still more than we are.
Yeah, but speaking of winning of something, like we had to start the show with this lingering story about we could still make the playoffs. It was a post earlier I seen with like all the teams, like who's in or who can still get in. And they had like shaded out logos, and ours was still colored in bold and everything. And I seen people in the comments like, why the Commanders still, basically lit up? Why they not shaded out? And that's because there's some talks going around that technically we are not out of it. That 1% still remains, and that 1% relies on the Philadelphia Eagles losing out, us winning out, and the Cowboys can't exceed 8 wins because we hold the tiebreaker. Us winning out, we still got the Giants, Dallas, and Philly twice. So that'll be all divisional games. So that'll kind of put us at that point, it'll put us with only one divisional loss. We lost to Dallas early on.
Yep.
And as well as what was it? Oh yeah, Dallas has that draw, so we would have more wins in a sense. If they get to 8 games, then we out. But if they like 7, 9-1 or something like that, then we would get the nod because we had 8 wins. So there's still a chance technically.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it like this. Now that you brought that up to me, I'm depressed about the Broncos loss. At first, after the Broncos game, I was pissed. Don't get me wrong. I went into the game with no emotion, but as that game went on and we actually was looking good and we could win, you damn right I wanted to win. You damn right my emotion was back involved, especially late down the stretch and we got into overtime. That pass in the first call, Tyler know who fog. I'm like, hell yeah, like let's go. You know what I'm saying? So my emotions was involved, but then after once I got over, I was like, good game, man. At least it was fun. That's the first time I done seen us play like that in a long time. But now that you brought that up to my attention, it made it sting worse because it's like, damn, had we won that game, I would probably be thinking like, it's a possibility. Granted, it is a possibility still with that 1%, highly unlikely, but. Had we won on Sunday, I would have been like, 4-8, or what? 4-8. Anything's possible with the way Philly's playing. Dallas, I think they're gonna win the division when it's all said and done. But they're playing well. But there ain't a guarantee to beat Detroit tomorrow because Detroit's frustrated. They're trying to get their shit together. They got the Chargers still, and they have us and the Giants are going to play them feisty on the last game of the year. Obviously, I think they're going to destroy the Vikings. I think we're going to destroy the Vikings, especially if Jayden Daniels plays. But yeah, man. I mean, we talked about it prior to coming on air. Like you could go back to so many games, whether it's Atlanta, Chicago, Miami. I think Miami's the biggest one though, because it's like shoot. That's where I thought. That's where I thought like you can go on a run. Yeah, the intercept. I thought you can go on a run. Think about it. Like we go into the bye week at what 4-7. You come out, you beat Denver. You're 5-7. Now you're really having conversations with the horrible Minnesota team you're traveling to. So now you come off of that, you're 6-7. You know, so like it's possible, but. Hey, and they never say never, and I would literally go insane if the Washington Commanders saw the way to somehow win this division. That would be so crazy. Talk about Hard Knocks.
That would before you get to Hard Knocks, just
I'm talking about
when correct.
No, you good. I just said it.
But no, for real, when I saw that possibility circulate, it was one of them things like, fuck, why you show me this? Like, why did I just? I'm kind of this is a real believing that we could get in. You know what I mean? It's like I still believe in my team, of course, shit like that. But it's just like, fuck, man, we really can possibly get in the playoffs, man. Fuck that pick. Go out and try to win. You gotta try because you just never fucking know with the NFL. If shit like that happened, you know what I mean? I remember the year the Cardinals played the Steelers in the Super Bowl. The Cardinals were won 8 games that year, or 7 games or some shit like that year, and they end up winning their division. That's kind of like around the time they began the whole.
Because weren't they the lowest seed?
Yes, but they had the lowest record, but they won the division that year, and pretty much the gist of it was back then. Well, before then, it was like whoever had the best 6 records. But then once they started that division, the division winners automatically get in. That's how they got in, and they made it all the way to the fucking Super Bowl. And gave Pittsburgh some bump in that Super Bowl. So it's just like, man. Like you don't want to kind of get reeled up and caught back into that whole mindset, but it's like, well, shit, as long as it's still a chance, man, we need to be trying to fucking win. So,
yeah.
Look, if we started winning now, I'm gonna go, well, this feels like us. If we keep losing, I'm just numb to the pain at this rate. I'm already looking to a 4-5 win season at best, because I don't care if we play Wentz, I don't care if we play 9, I don't care if we play Brosmer, I don't care if we play Jeff Brom against Minnesota next week. It is what it is. At the end of the day, if we lose to Minnesota, we lost to Miami and they trash. So it's going to be just an even kill. But if we beat Minnesota and we start going on a nice little run and we start making actual traction, we get to what are we 3-8? We get 6-8, 7-8. I'm gonna go, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Everyone gets healthy at the right time. Ain't no way. And then, of course, it'd be Washington to lose week 18 to break our hearts. But it would also be Washington to win and get us back in that picture of hold on, we going to the playoffs? Shit.
So fun in games until the Raiders get destroyed by Philly. That's where the heartbreak's gonna come, bro. I'm telling you.
Gino throwing 4 picks next week.
No, don't get me wrong. Watch, it's gonna be a walk off. Because it's in Philly too. Like, come on.
Yeah.
All their games they've been
close.
Barely fucking winning all these games. So that too probably would not be another gritty game.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, I guess
it'll be some walk off blocks 2-point conversion for the score to win the game like they did against the Rams.
When you put it like that, the last time they had an impressive victory was all the way back in October against the Giants in 26. Yeah. October 26th, where they beat the Giants 38-20, and in that game, we remember some of that. I think
that was when Doc first got in, right?
I think so.
No. Doc beat them Thursday night, right?
Yes.
So no, I'm talking about the second matchup in Philly where Cam Scatterbo broke his ankle.
Yeah.
But that was the last time that they had a true impressive victory, to say the least. But in that game, if you remember, it was some BS that happened with the tush push. He cleared.
Really fumbled.
Tom Thibodeau. Kayvon Thibodeau. literally yanked it out of his hands, and they didn't give him the turnover. So, I mean, when you put it like that, they haven't been impressive all year, as we know. So maybe the Raiders do stand a chance potentially, but I just know how to. Let's just say hypothetically we get to that point. Let's say they lose to the Chargers on Sunday, on Monday, which I hope. But Justin Herbert, I mean, he doesn't need his left hand, but I mean, he doesn't, bro. Like that dude, he's just
what he needs is an O line.
he has it. They're just not healthy. Well,
no.
He has an exterior, I should say. He has an exterior.
No. He has tackles. He doesn't have people to actually guard him.
Yeah.
That he becomes the center of attention for edge rushers and D tackles.
Bro, he's I feel like he's gonna be the Andrew Luck of this generation. Now, granted, he probably isn't gonna quit or retire like Andrew Luck, but like
I don't know, Burrow's on that pace to get killed back there.
Bro, Burrow's so good. Like I was, bro. That game, I just the sidetrack. I picked them to win once I knew he was coming back. Just because I'm not gonna say I know ball, but I just have a great feel, like So like, I just want to know, like, not want to know, but like, it's so easy for him. Like you couldn't tell me he missed 3 months. Like he just picked up, like it's just clockwork, and it's just crazy. But anyways, like. They have not played impressive ball all year, so the Raiders could, but it's the Raiders, bro. Like, oh my god,
it's the Raiders without Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's gone. They
say Chip Kelly was calling Pete's offense though. He couldn't call his own offense.
I mean, we're gonna wait and see. So if Mr. Potato Head actually had a chance in Las Vegas as OC or not.
Maybe they feature Genty more now.
Okay. And they can Brock Bowers can catch anything, so
I hope so. I really do. Because I want that week 16 game for you to mean something. Because why the heck, bro, Saturday at 5, that is such a odd
it's so weird.
Last time we had a Saturday game was Josh Johnson versus Tennessee back in 2018. And he broke my heart because I'm like, man, I thought he was about to lead us to the playoffs. I thought my man Josh Norman Tyler Lewan said Josh Norman really got in his face like he was about to do something. I'm like, bro, he's 6'6", 340, bro. What you about to do to him, bro? But I remember that. I remember that run because I really thought he was about to lead us to the playoffs. Had we won that game, we would have made it to the playoffs, by the way. That 2018 year. But that's the last time we had a Saturday game. So I'm hoping it means something. I really am. Because, I mean, look, and we'll talk about the Hard Knock situation, but that's what I was saying earlier about, like, just talk about good TV for Hard Knocks. Like, that would be some crazy-ish. But, like, for us, and I know I'm probably going out on a limb, and I know most people probably don't care at this point. Just give me the best draft pick possible. I'm not in that situation. I'm not in that mindset. If we get the best draft pick possible, cool. If not, I'm not tripping because we have our quarterback. Now, if we didn't have a quarterback, of course I'm screaming tank. But
just class.
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? After the performance I seen on Sunday, after hearing Dan Quinn, not that I personally needed a reminder, but a lot of fans needed a reminder. This locker room hasn't given up on them. They're trying. It's just a bad year. It's a bad year. You chalk it up as that. This team is winning at least 6 games. They're going to even if Jayden Daniels don't play, you give me that Marcus Mariota, which a lot of people want to blame him for. Nick Bonito just made a hell of a play. Like the play was drawn up perfectly. Yeah. He just made a hell of a play, and get he
Marcus couldn't do anything.
Yeah. I get he threw a pick earlier in the game to Drake Greenlaw, but like without Marcus Mariota, we wouldn't have been in a position to win that game.
And then Bo Nix threw one like 2 drives later to Bob.
Right. So Jayden theoretically does not have to come back. Like I'm thinking about it. No. I'm talking about for this week. I want him to come back, in general. I want him to come back for the NFC gauntlet or whatever, but because I want to play spoiler regardless if we have a chance or not. I think regardless, we probably would win that Philly game, whether it means we have a chance or not. We could play spoiler to him. But that Vikings game, we can handle the Vikings without 5, especially indoors. Like, so I maybe he comes back, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But maybe he comes back. But I think the the Vikings game, we're gonna destroy them. I mean, we take that momentum, that frustration we have off that Broncos loss, we're gonna kill them. Yeah. I think we're gonna kill the Giants. So that, and I mean, Jackson Dart is cool, but he's on the path for not being in the NFL not too long. even though I think it's bullshit, people keep crying about him. He's playing ball. I don't get what people are so upset about, but they're like, I think we're gonna beat the Giants, and like I do think we're gonna beat Philly at least one time. Now I don't know if it's gonna be the one you're going to, or if it's gonna be in January 4th. But they're not in a position to where they can be comfortable. So they're going to have to play their starters regardless either game. So needless to say, I know I'm kind of rambling, but I think this team's winning at least 3 more games. 3 out of their 4, to be honest.
Okay.
Just based off of how the momentum of how that game went on Sunday. Like that felt like
us winning 3 out of the 4, or
us. Because I feel that way just because Hard Knocks kind of just gave me more confidence, but like just seeing that game on Sunday, I know we lost, but that just felt like last year. That felt like that felt like us, what we were expecting to see all year long.
Well, what it was all about, Juan. You know why we felt that way, right?
Why?
Terry McLaurin, your man.
17.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Look, I haven't really been able
to
pop it.
Let John know what's up.
Okay. I haven't really been popping it. I haven't been on active much, but come on, man.
I had my man on the pitch count.
Like, come on, man.
I said that once live stream. I was like, keep him on a snap count just in case.
Fuck that. They should have played him, but hey, yeah.
First drive of the game, Patrick Surtain. Because he had a blur. He had a touchdown. He had it. Mariota put it right there. Patrick Surtain just being smart. Hey, you ain't about to put me on your highlight reel. Let me go get this illegal contact. Place the ball at the spot of the foul.
5 yards, keep moving.
Because think about it like this. Because Broncos fans, they're he only had 3 catches on 8 targets. If you watched the game, all 8 targets, I can run it down to you in terms of how they went. So, yes, he had 3 catches, but one of his targets, illegal contact, would have been a touchdown. Another target got called back for holding on Terry. That was a touchdown. The other targets in between that weren't touchdowns. Patrick Surtain had, I think, one good play that I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. But the rest of their matchups, I would have loved to see how they would have went had Mariota gave him catchable footballs.
Yeah, he threw a lot of high passes, man.
He did.
Exactly. I'm not saying he would have caught
the one in the end zone. The one in the end zone, boy. It took me back to that Saints game last year. Was that the Saints game when when Jayden slipped and stood up and then threw the ball and Terry caught it over in the crowd? It gave me that mindset because if he would have just or it was another game where Terry kind of did like a square in the back coming across the back of the end zone and Jayden threw it like right in the pocket and he caught it. I forget what game that was.
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, but that it took me right back to that moment. I'm like, man, if that was Jayden, that shit would have been on the money.
I know which game you're talking about, but for whatever reason,
he threw that shit like right in the window.
I know what game you're talking about, but for whatever reason, when you mention that kind of throw, I'm thinking of Jamison Crowder.
Was that the Baltimore game?
It might have been the Baltimore game.
Terry High points the ball
in between like two defenders between the corner and the safety. Yeah, but it was in the end zone. Yeah,
I'm thinking the Baltimore right. Yeah.
When you say that, I think of that Jamison Crowder versus the Eagles.
Yeah, that back of that shit was like that.
When you look at the replay on that though, like he threw it before Crowder was even in the picture. That talk about anticipation. Talk about leading your receiver to the. He threw the ball. Crowder was still not even in the picture frame. God, we got robbed.
A millisecond earlier or later, and it's a bad ball.
Yeah.
We got robbed, man. Fuck, we got robbed this year, man.
But John, like
Yo,
man, Juan County, we was talking prepping before you logged on, and I mean, it's
for once I was late.
You've been giving Terry a hard time all year. Then you come back with the ski mask, Terry. What's up with that, John? Like, hey, are you pulling a Reedie right now? I got something to tell y'all about Reedie, boy. Oh, Reedie, but go ahead. Yo,
speak up.
Fucking Reedie. Yes. Speaking of Reedie, get him on here.
Yes,
we gotta
sir.
talk about him.
Yes, sir.
Unc is in the building.
With HTTR.
Speaking of Reedie.
Oh.
Yeah, they asked you the first comment as soon as we logged on. Where Unc at? Unc not on tonight?
They crazy as hell talking that.
There you go right there. No Unc today. Unc is here.
Hey, who's controlling the controls?
John.
I hope it ain't John.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's me.
Because I got some jokes for you tonight, John.
All right.
Well, hold on, but we talking about John pulling a Reedie here, because Juan was saying that John been giving Terry a hard time throughout this whole injury spill and this year and then the contract. Yeah, and then today he jump on, he pulling the ski mask down, he doing the peekaboo like Terry his man, and I told him he pulling a Reedie. What's up? Talk to me, John.
Hey, look.
I don't recall John giving Terry no.
It wasn't too much. It was
enough. It was enough. Because the rest of the fan base, y'all would have thought Terry was a receiver 3, shouldn't have paid him.
Whoa.
All that. Yeah, no,
whoa.
I know.
I ain't Skip Bayless. That ain't me.
I mean, Reedie, I'm going, get y'all how it needs to be given to y'all. Pause.
Come on. You only been on here for 30 seconds.
I was about to say, look, I was about to say raw, pause. But in my mind, I caught that shit. I was like, nah, that's not a good look. But no, what I'm saying is okay, yeah, Terry looks serviceable. Well, ain't like he was out there.
Hey, get him off. He ain't ready to talk yet.
For real.
He ain't ready to talk yet.
Cool. He was good, John. He wasn't that.
Snap counting was hooping. Come on now.
He wasn't no Chase out there. You know what I'm saying?
I think he still got warm up. He got to restart his PC. I don't know.
Man, Mike knows. I'm saying Reedie and Mike knows. I'm telling y'all, Reedie and Mike knows. Mike already know it.
That. Go ahead. You got it.
The moment what I was saying, Reed. So I get a call the other day. He like, yeah, Treylon Burks, that's my man. I'm like, what?
One thing.
What? Like, the fuck? Like, when did that happen?
Yeah, I definitely said that. When he made that catch, it snapped it for me. When Z was saying, give him a shot, I said what I needed to see.
He was like, give him a shot. How many shots do he need, Z? Nah, what do you mean? That's your man?
He's only had 3 games, though.
I think he got something in the tank.
I mean, look. That catch was nasty. Don't get me wrong, for sure.
Catch of the year.
He definitely, I don't know, that Puka Nacua one was, but he scored, though. He scored, so it is different.
That's
But this might be a blessing in disguise. We know what everyone says about young first round picks. Sometimes it doesn't work out at your first stop. Change the sceneries, all can end up being what they in fact needed. And think about no shot to Ryan Tannehill whatsoever, but he was in Tennessee. He was hurt. He had all this expectation on him to be AJ Brown's replacement. Yep. You know what I mean? But I just look at it like this: you don't play in the SEC at Arkansas and be a first round pick for nothing. You know what I mean? I don't think you do that. So there's something to him, and maybe we finally benefit from finding a sneaky gem. And maybe Reedie takes a liking to him just because of his potential, but also because he's gonna be Noah Brown's replacement, and Noah Brown was our guy. Noah Brown say, "Yeah, nah, I ain't even gonna crack no jokes on him because I know it was probably a tough time for him." But in the locker room today, he was like, "Man, this is probably one of the worst times of my career, my life," and I feel him. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't played since week 2, but it might be Treylon Burks' season. And that's cool. I want Debo back. Debo, Treylon, Terry, and draft another guy.
And he's still got Luke and Jalen.
Luke and Jay Lane Pitt. I don't want to give off. I don't want to give up on
about Luke and Jalen.
I'm talking about the whole wide receiver unit.
My bad. I digress.
Yeah.
I forgot that Luke was coming along before he got injured. So he gets a pass. Never mind.
Jay Lane is where I look, and I don't want to give up on him. I'm not giving up on him. Let me just go ahead and say that, make it clear. But it's just like he was brought here as a special teams guy for one. He wasn't really brought here to be in a role that he has been asked to be in. But it's like at the top of his routes, he don't create no type of separation. He's supposed to be the speed guy. He's severely undersized. Like, I mean, did we really just draft? And I can't even say we drafted Tez Johnson because Tez Johnson, he actually
is hooping,
you know. And I only try to make that comparison because Tez is 5'7", like $125, and I'm like,
stop
what y'all doing in these comments because AJ, this ain't gonna work for me. We need a real. Number 1B / number 2, and then the rest of these guys can stay on the list. But we definitely need to go out and address this wide receiver position aggressively. But it all depends on what Debo wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, have y'all talked about the Aiyuk situation?
Not yet.
I don't want Brandon Aiyuk, but we can talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I was about to say the same exact thing. You took the words right out of my mouth. Pause.
Why y'all don't want Brandon Aiyuk? Y'all tripping.
Reedie, you want to say it or you want me to say it?
Honestly, I'm with them on this one.
So if it was last year, yeah, but I feel like it's going to cost too much to get him, and we still got to sign other guys. That's why I don't want him for those specific reasons. But from Island standpoint, him back with Jayden Daniels, that Arizona State, connection, I believe that would be crazy. But for those reasons, that's why I'm gonna be out on that one.
Reedie been nice. I'm gonna say what Reedie really wants to say. Go ahead, Z.
I want to adjust this. I don't think Brandon Aiyuk will be a cancer coming here with his best friend. That's not going to happen. Now, in reference to being paid a lot of money, I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case either. Like he got his contract. He just stole a free year of money. They took they negotiated or whatever. They voided out the back end of the guarantees. So it wasn't like something that he was even really sweating. So, you know what I mean? Like you said, more than like with them voiding out the guarantees, it makes it easier, one, to trade him, two, to be released and they ain't got to worry about nothing. So in a situation like that, more than likely, nobody's going to trade for him.
Hold on, time out. Explain that one more time because I didn't get that part.
The contract situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, they voided out the guaranteed portions of his contract. So nothing else is guaranteed in his contract.
Brandon,
so it makes him, So it makes them easier to trade, one, and easier to release. You release them, you off the hook on that whole fucking deal in a sense.
Yep.
So he's gone regardless. Nobody really gonna fucking trade for him for real. And I mean, the writings on the wall since Jayden came in this fucking league, it's been Aiyuk rumoring to want to be here, posting these
it's been
videos, these FaceTimes, like all this different shit. Like he's coming to DC, guys.
So
it's going to happen. But as far as money, I don't think it's going to be nothing crazy. I think it's going to be affordable.
So how is that possible? Like that's a new contract. How did they void that fast?
They can like this same way they do buyouts and shit like that. You can negotiate it. And like, so basically if he violated something or whatever, they have out. All contracts got an out in a sense. So, you can sit down and negotiate that shit. And I'm sure they came to agreement. Like, look, I don't want to be here. You could tell he didn't even want to be there fucking last year for real.
Yeah. The voids from what I think Z was saying. And the voids come from, say, when you sign a contract.
Yeah, you see it?
Mike, okay.
Oh, no.
Golden Globe.
Okay,
Michael Jackson joint.
He's got a Golden Globe.
That joint cordless too.
I'm preparing for Michael, man. April 26th.
You got that Michael, man. I'm there, me. I'm right there with you, Juan.
Why?
Go ahead.
Anyways,
I'm in the
So wait, I'm kind of what Reedie was saying or Z was saying. So when you sign a contract, it's obviously things that you have to uphold, right? You gotta do this, you gotta do this. The man isn't even showing up to meetings. He hasn't been spotted in San Francisco Park or whatever they call it in months. So when you have a contract, if you're not upholding your part, you know what I'm saying? They can easily use that as against you to say, all right, we get out of this because you're not holding up your part of the contract. And Kyle Shanahan was like, of my 20 years of coaching, I've never seen this, So
yeah, see, that goes to show that I'm not even tapped into that because
they never have.
All of that I never heard. I'm hearing it first. So break this situation down for me because I thought he was just injured. I didn't know all this other stuff was happening.
No, it's
injured and all that other shit too.
Yeah,
go ahead, Don.
The injury is the big marquee. Like Aiyuk still injured. Like that's what's going to bring the views. And then once they actually break down the thing, like Juan was saying, like Z was saying, every contract pretty much has a void year at the end. Terry's deal, I think his first deal this year was technically supposed to be like a void year, but then because they extended him, it got pushed back. Patrick Mahomes' deal, I think, has a void year in 2032 or whenever the last 2 years is. Every contract has a void year. Same thing with college, but because NIL, they've taken care of that.
But I thought he signed a new deal last year that went into effect this year.
He did, but because he has an injury, he can't hit 95% of those guarantees. He has injury clauses built in, but he's not catching 10 touchdowns for $1 million. He's not catching 1,000 yards for $1 million. He's not catching 100 catches for $1 million. So right there's $3 million he's never touching in his life. They can write that off as a charity case and send him on his merry way in January.
Mm-hmm. Talk about all the money,
but it's also like Juan was saying. There's things you have to hold up on your end that you have to meet and do requirements. And part of the injury or whatever, like he was injured when he was injured.
Yeah.
Was he injured when he signed it?
No,
he got hurt after. He got hurt after that.
There we go.
It was like a week or two after that. But basically, when the shit come out, like even when you injured, like you said, you got team meetings, you got rehab, you got be in the building, you got things that you have to do that he hasn't been doing. On top of, because he probably could have been back at practicing and all that other shit by now and seeing whenever he was going to come back. But he's been so disconnected from the team that here we are. And they voided them years out. All the guaranteed portions of the contract, they voided it out.
This is good.
No, you good. You got.
So I did hear that they said I caught a snippet of something that said he's not going to likely play this year.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, because of all of this.
Yeah,
all the shit going on in the background.
Yeah. As Asia put it, he's pretty much forcing his way out.
Yeah, basically.
It's. Yeah, and I said this as he was talking.
He got that sign-up bonus, and he went on his way, basically.
Real quick, before we go long, Z, you said that the deal wouldn't be that much, but if he just basically, I'm gonna use the word rescinded. I don't know if that's the right adjective to use in this setting, but he basically he's losing out on that bread. So you don't think he's trying to recoup that bread, and he's gonna want that?
But he's not even gonna get a contract. He's not gonna get the contract that they gave him. No, you didn't play. What was it? The year before you didn't play, and you came back and you got hurt and you ain't played. So he ain't played like a year and a half or some shit like that. So he's not even gonna get that money that he got on this recent contract. Yeah. So remember when we traded for Debo, he still had like a year and a half on his contract. We turned most of those into incentives, so that's why he got $18 million up at the front. He'll be a free agent on our end come January, February time, wherever the league year, or no, March 1st is when the league year starts. That's why everyone's saying if you're going to bring back Debo, do it now, or let Debo go, bring Aiyuk again. I say no because of the injuries, and again, you're not going to pay as much for Aiyuk, but is it worth bringing in another new wide receiver to learn with Jayden? I would just bring Debo back because he already has a chemistry with Terry. He's got the chemistry with Luke and Jalen. Aiyuk is
he already got
10 times better. I don't know about 10 times, but Aiyuk is at least 5 times better than Debo.
Can I
is he though? We haven't seen him in 2 years.
Can I go? Real quick before you go on.
Good.
We couldn't do both. Get Debo and him.
I think we get Aiyuk and we keep Debo. Both of them on the cheap. That's what I think. But go ahead, Juan.
So Aiyuk is probably going to be like a 1 or 2 year deal.
Has to be a 1 year deal. Has to be a 1 year deal.
I mean, it could be a 2 or 3. You never really know. I don't think it's a 1 year deal.
I'm not paying. If Adam Peters pays a guy that hasn't played football in close to 20 months that 3 year extension, no. He has to sign a 1 year deal. Not only is he tarnishing his name on the field, all this off the field shit is gonna make front offices look at him weird. Like, what's up with you? What you mean you're not showing the rehab? So if I sign you to a 3 year contract extension, you have this history of missing team meetings and not, you know what I'm saying, feeling some type of way so you don't show up and go ghost on the he's went ghost on him. It ain't like he checked in. He hasn't been there in months. They don't know where he's at. So that's where I'm at. First of all, backtrack. Y'all talk about the money he walked away with. Talk about the money he's missing out on. That's why they
out some bread.
That's also why they were.
Millions.
That's also why they were so comfortable avoiding it because they weren't that deep into paying them.
They didn't want to pay him in the first place.
They
ended up paying him. Yeah, they paid him to keep him in a sense because it was like, all right, what you gonna do? You couldn't trade him, so you had to pay him.
And don't get me wrong, I was all for him. I thought he was ascending. I thought he was becoming a really, really good weapon. And don't get me wrong, he's not horrible. But if you thinking about it, looking back at his time, and this is no fault of his own, he took advantage of his opportunities. But a lot of the reason why he was so successful was because of Deebo Samuel. Was because of Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's that Kittle as well. I'm not saying that's his fault of his own. But getting to the reason why I don't want him, I'm going to just say the real shit. For one, we have not seen him play in close to 20 months. I don't know what you look like. I don't know if the knee is healthy. I don't know if you can ever be the same that you was prior to the knee injury. You haven't shown me anything in close to 2 years. Secondly, and most importantly, and I don't know him from a can of paint, so I could definitely be wrong. But just from the outside looking in, when I felt this way about Chase Young, I wasn't wrong. I don't think he loves football. I think, and I feel like Reedie being a coach can attest to this, and Z, you played, you know what I'm saying? So you probably can attest to this. You have players that love the game, and you have players that love what the game provides for them. I think he loves what the game provides for him, the fast cars, the jewelry, you know, the luxury lifestyle. I don't think he loves playing football because there's guys that loves this shit, torn ACLs, broken legs, and they're gonna be in the team meeting. They can't play, but they're gonna be there team meeting and be in be front and center to help out the young guys or just be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like he's in a toxic organization. This is one of the best organizations in the NFL. Kyle Shanahan, hell of a coach. Their general manager is one of the best in the game, and they're competing for the NFC West right now. So they're not in a.
What I was going to say was not. I'm sorry, Ron.
No, you good.
I was going to say so. Like, what is it being reported that he's mad about? That he's not. They're saying that he's coming early. He's leaving before everybody else gets there. He's not. He ain't. You saying he ain't been there a month? So like, what is his qualm with the organization?
That we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, other than all I knew was that he ain't really want to be there. And I mean, he, of course, you couldn't get traded last year, so you going to take the bag. And from my interpretation, I felt like he was using this as his quickest way out. He got a quick little bag with a sign of bonus, used his way to get out of there to get to DC to get with Jayden.
And you think about it too, right? Like you and maybe Asia's
he's not doing all this to go to no fucking Packers or Panthers or anybody else. He's coming here.
Don't get me wrong, like maybe Asia's on to something, but don't get me wrong. Like, can we I know we want him here because of Jayden and all, but look, just think about the guy as a person, man. Listen to how he was talking about him before to Jayden Dan. Man, they don't want me here, man. You know what I'm saying? Blah 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 on the Pivot podcast. Like, you gotta look into these things when you talk about evaluating players. Think about how they do in the combine. They don't just evaluate them off their talent. They try to talk to their old coaches, see how they are off the field, how they carry themselves off the field. The talent may be there, but that I'm not sure. And Brandon Aiyuk, let's just call it what he was a good receiver. He wasn't all that. Like, he was good. He had a 1,300-yard season. He was fine. But he
was coming into his own, and then he got injured, which didn't help his case at all.
I think he was a B type 2, maybe a 1B type player in my eyes. He had the potential. He was ascending into that number one. Then he got, like you said, he got the injuries and stuff like that. That was my take on him from afar. But I don't really pay attention to a lot of other teams, so it's like I see stuff in passing. But,
Yep. I mean, but just to Asia's point with Sam Fran, because she brought it up with this, they always beat him with their receivers because the receiver is never the first target. It's Run CMC, Blue Eyes by Privilege, and Christian McCaffrey. It's George Kittle.
Blue Eyes,
it's sometimes Kyle Juszczyk, and then it's the wide receivers.
Blue Eyes.
You heard me.
I didn't. Blue Eyes something.
I heard.
All I heard was Blue Eyes something.
Blue Eyes by Privilege. So the white man runs the football. But again, to her point, they beat the wide receiver. Hold you.
That is a really good white boy. He's really good at football.
Yes. Runs in his family. But like Jawan Jennings beef. Brandon Aiyuk is beefing. Debo was beefing. I'm sure Rice had a situation here and there. Like Sanford these past couple of years, I said Jerry because I couldn't think of other wide receivers, have always had wide receiver issues like Pittsburgh had with AB. There's always something going on to get them out of the building. This isn't any different, except they keep drafting and bringing in wide receivers, and they're winning with guys off the street. Y'all want Sky Moore? Y'all want Jawan Jennings? Y'all want MVS? Jake Tonges, the third string tight end? Like y'all want that with Mac Jones?
How do we know? That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have a better number 2 than Aiyuk. Okay, on the rod, but how do we know he's that still? I want Jawan Jennings. I think a 49er is coming here. I just don't want it to be Brandon. I prefer Jawan Jennings. Now I know he probably
out of here, Juan.
Yes. How do you know? How do you know what he is? How do you know what he is? It's been 2 years. I ain't gonna lie. I just don't. I get bad vibes from him. I get Chase Young vibes from him. I'm just being honest. So it's less about the talent. I know the talent.
You got a 99 jersey though.
I haven't worn it in 4 years. and I got his DeMatha jersey. I haven't worn it.
So you a real fan then?
Yeah, you're a Chase guy.
Don't turn your back on him now, what?
Oh no, back Ben.
Cop you a Saints jersey.
Oh nah.
Go ahead and turn that into a killer.
Y'all know I ride for the hometown guys different, man. I was a big
Kinlaw from home. Go ahead and slap the Kinlaw on him.
Slap the Kinlaw on it.
Somewhat.
Yeah, he more home than Chase.
I'm not saying I'm sold on Kinlaw, but I feel better about Kinlaw than I did at the top of the season when we first got him.
Yeah,
he's solid. Pause.
Yeah. He's somewhere from his he was. I think he was born here and he was raised in the South because he does not sound like Chase Young. But when Chase Young talk, you can you can hear it. He's from South Carolina, bro. I think I just don't get them.
He's from Trinidad. He's from around Trinidad.
A DC or DMV person, you could tell. Like Chase Young, you could tell. Jared Patterson, that was my guy. I love J Pat.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
When they asked him,
look at your Chargers jersey then.
I might just got to.
When they asked Kinlaw about Payne getting spit on or hit or something or whatever, punched or whatever, and they asked him the question and he looked and he was like, yeah, hell yeah, he did that. That's what happened. And then he started explaining. I'm sitting there like, this nigga snitching like a motherfucker.
Payne funny though, because and I like Payne for that because most people like when they ask Payne, it was like so like about the situation. Most people like, yeah, nah, I can't do that, man. Nah, blah blah blah. Payne said, yeah, nah, I just make sure I do it right then and there. I ain't gonna wait. I'm like, oh yeah, Payne, you ain't saying you ain't gonna do nothing. You said I'm gonna just handle it right there. And I think on Sunday, I don't know if y'all peeped. But he was about to do something. I think he ran after somebody, but they just cut the camera. I couldn't see.
Go with it.
But
chase the dude down.
Yeah, Payne don't be going like that.
Payne got nothing to lose.
See how he went at John Allen.
Facts. Smack at John Allen.
But like I'm just not a brand. I don't know. I get bad vibes from him off the field.
That. He's Jayden's best friend.
I think if he's here with Jayden, I don't think it's going to be
I'll say that too. I think if he's a change of scenery, like we said for Trey Lumber, a change of scenery may get him here, and he'll have familiar faces with AP. I think you have to bring back Deebo Samuel. I think Deebo Samuel has showed you a lot, but he hasn't showed you really what he could be because he hasn't been with the two guys that made him want to come here in the first place. Like you seen, when's the last time Zach Ertz got 10 targets? And I know Zach Ertz is old as hell, but the last time he got 10 targets was last year. Why? Because Terry McLaurin was on the field. So it's not just what Terry McLaurin does for himself. He opens up his offense
for other players.
I think Zach got more than 10 targets.
Damn, bro.
He had 10 catches.
Damn.
What happened?
He asked us to do like opera
music.
I
thought he said, yo, y'all like opera. Like opera
I assumed that it was a question.
What?
Yeah, I probably would have assumed that was a question too, but nah. We knew Hufanga too. He signed a contract. Don't he have a multi-year deal with Denver?
Yeah, he does.
So I don't. He's nice though. He is nice. I like how
we need someone on that level, but yeah, he ain't leaving Denver anytime soon.
I like.
Let's talk about the where do we go at tight end?
Kosen Yanko.
They threw the Yanko.
Hey, bro, I'm on the Kosen train more than Ben Sinnott. Get him out of here. Kosen showed me. Get him out of here. I was a big Ben Sinnott fan, bro. But there's no way you can sit up here.
Hey, Juan, you've been around Reedie too long.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Since we played the Ravens in the preseason, and he made that catch, that yak play, that big play down the middle of the field. I said it's something to him. And think about it, they never want to cut him for whatever. He always makes the roster. And you're telling me you can't find no way to you throw a pass to Kosen Yankoff that actually netted you positive game before Ben Sinnott, bro. It has to be a reason why they don't want to involve him in the offense. Has to be.
There's
and
something.
His only supposedly good trait is blocking. His ass whiffed on a block on Sunday. He pissed me off. How your one and only thing you do good is blocking, and you can't even block. So I'm more so looking at Kosen Yanko. Like if you tell me next year, because I think John Bates is involved into a better pass catcher this year as well. Like he looks much more comfortable as a pass catcher this year.
He caught 3 passes, Juan.
Yeah, but it looks different. In the past,
the eye test. I'm with Juan.
He catch the ball in the past.
What are y'all talking about? The eye test? What eye test?
Are you telling me
compared to last year?
You telling me a year of training with something, just anything in life, like training.
I can say if he had like 25 catches right now, then we could make a statement. He got 3 catches, probably.
No, he has 3 catches, but it looks different. In the past, he looks timid. As soon as he catch the ball and try to make a cut, he putting it on a carpet. Like you could tell when he just looks different. I think he's he's looking much more.
What do y'all think, chat? Tell us what y'all think, chat, about John Bates. Does he pass the eye test with this small sample size? Let us know.
He looks better pass catcher. I'm not telling you he's my tight end one, but I don't know. I feel like they gonna end up bringing Zach Ertz back, bro. I swear. I
feel like John Bates is solidified as our number 1 blocking tight end. So he just signed a deal, so he's not going nowhere. But so to say even think about tight end number 1, that's not even nowhere near the conversation for him. Like we need a guy that can stretch the field vertically and horizontally. And I'm sorry, Ertz ain't the guy. I mean, Ertz did a better job this week of getting yak and not falling as soon as he catch the ball. So Z said he must have was listening to him.
He was doing a better job of extending the football past the yard line. I'll give him that.
He even caught like a 5-6 yard catch and went up the sideline. Chucked the dude on the sideline, got the first down, all that. Like he was moving around.
Might be that guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's nothing in free agency this year, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like
they said Chris Moore got more catches than John Bates.
I mean, bro, when he getting all them opportunities, I would hope so. It ain't like the tight end room was decimated with injuries. It was a receiver room, so I'm sure he has more catches than him. But it just looks different, bro. It really does. But I don't know what they have against Ben Sinnott, if anything. But I just find it hard that you telling me you can't find a way to get him involved in no way. You can't throw a quick tight end screen to him.
I need to be I'd be a fly on the wall in that tight end room and talking about Sinner, why don't you get on the field? What you want me to say?
I mean, David Njoku, free agent.
They say your man for half a centimeter. Go it.
Really, yeah.
No, God, bro, that fourth thing, he always doing that on that fourth.
He do.
Bro. That shit fries me so badly. For all the good that he does, bro.
I agree with this take right here. We don't know if he's sorry or not. You know what the deal is, because we don't have a large enough sample size to be able to,
But is that not concerning?
I've been saying this for months.
For you,
it is concerning. It is concerning.
I say he's about to go into year 3 and we have nothing. Similar to Johnny Newton's about to go into year 3, have nothing that you can really say. That's why you were quote unquote this about to be first round pick, John.
Hey, I'm telling you what the scouting report said, and I'm also too.
You ain't supposed to be following those scouting reports. You supposed to have your own.
On John Mock's
Hyper,
Newton was
reports,
probably
plural
15.
No, I had him going around 20.
Hyper Junior, come on.
Yeah, you supposed to have your own scouting reports. Ain't supposed to go off them.
Hey. I said ports, plural. I didn't say
one of the Vikings before they traded for John Allen.
Because, I mean, they're saying that we're still alive. We can still win the division.
We talked about that.
We can still win the division, but we can't. We don't have any chance at a wild card bid. I ain't never heard that in my life. That's wild. Like, if that if we come back and that happens, bruh, that is crazy work. Crazy.
I don't know what I'd do.
Bruh, if we come back, like I'm gonna just throw the hypothetical. If we come back, Jayden come back next week, and we go on a run, and we get back, hey, bruh, you cannot make this shit up.
This the real comment.
Crazy.
I just don't.
Reedie, in times like this, I'll say, yeah, I can see it happening. So I can come back. I just don't see
Philly losing out though.
Facts. Facts. He always trying to throw a fill out there.
He's on his way out.
I told niggas that's Reedie's favorite shit. I told niggas. He said about shit.
He said about shit.
It's Reedie's like shirt.
Nah, I definitely be like selling it, but I don't be telling everybody. But I tell one.
He don't be confident. He don't be 100% confident. It'd be like 40%. Then he'll come call me and put it in the air so he can say it's documented.
I'm like, go back on the pod and listen. I said this shit. I said it was gonna happen.
I don't. It's like we was talking about earlier before you got on, Reedie. Like, had we beat Denver, I probably would have entertained that. But the fact that we need Philly to lose out or maybe tie, like they can't win no more games. So yeah, like
who they got on their schedule, John?
They got the Chargers, Raiders, Dallas, Buffalo, and us,
and then us twice.
Chargers, Raiders, Dallas, Buffalo. Only one team is the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying. But they're trying to convince me and like, hey, they fired Chip Kelly. The Eagles haven't played nobody really that good.
They said they egged the defensive coordinator's house.
Offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator.
But that's just for
that's messed up.
That's just because I'm not saying he's been good, but he's not the only reason that this offense has been horrible, bro. Like, your quarterback is Jalen Hurts, bro. Like you can't explain the missed deep balls. You can't explain, which I think Jason Avant is spot on about. He basically, long story short, says Saquon Barkley got comfortable. He already got his ring. He already got his money, so he's not running the same. He's avoiding contact, and you can see that. So yeah, Patullo deserves a lot of the blame, but it's not just him, man. It's not. But that's just what Philly do. First of all, you know how much no life you, and I guess it ain't hard in this day and age of technology, but I do understand how much of a no life you have to be to look up somebody's house, bro. Like,
it was Jersey kids too.
Yeah, and like go find his house and throw eggs at. That's why people keep that thing on them, man. You egg the wrong person's house, boy.
His wife come out, pop.
And that's self-defense, right? Shit. I don't know if Pennsylvania got that state. I mean, I don't know if that's a self-defense state, but hey. But back to the tight end conversation quickly, though. I take that back. It's some tight ends out there. David Njoku is a free agent. Dallas Goddard.
Yeah, I don't like him.
You know,
You don't like Njoku?
Never liked Njoku. He is not that to me.
He always had trash quarterbacks.
He be cooking in
Yeah.
Cleveland off the sneaky.
What trash?
He had Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson
Trash. He been trash.
Bro. He was trash. I feel what you're saying, but
Besides
Trash the whole time he was in Cleveland.
maybe I'm thinking of Houston, Deshaun Watson, but
You
Deshaun
are.
Watson, that.
Yeah, in Houston. When he got once the schedule came out and he got tricky, he been trash. Period.
That man has not been good since.
This man, he's stealing so much damn money. It's crazy. He just got practice window open. Like, I mean, how long he been on injury?
2020 was the last time Deshaun Watson. He was that when he first came in the league. 2020, 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns.
He's going to get all of that contract. He's going to.
Oh, he's getting paid. He got all his money.
Well, it's all fully guaranteed anyway.
Fully guaranteed, yeah.
Still probably the worst contract in NFL history, honestly.
History.
It's
It's up there with
Jamarcus Russell.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jamarcus Russell came in before the collective bargaining shit.
That's a good one too. Isaiah Likely. They just paid Mark Ingram. I said Mark Ingram.
I saw that. Like, why they give Andrews 3-year extension? Like, Andrews.
Knowing them though, they're so heavily involved in the tight end game. Like that's who they are. They probably gonna end up finding a way to pay.
Andrews is fizzling out, in my opinion.
I mean, or this is a chance for him to get his money before Harbaugh finds his way on the next year or two.
Tyler Higbee's only 32. Oh my god.
I'm good on Higbee. He's been back and forth these past couple of years.
Nah, no, but I know like that name is so engraved in my brain, bro. Like I thought he was 35 at least. Like I remember him watching him.
It feels like he's 35.
The only
yeah, that one's on me. That one's on me.
I don't know.
It feels like he's 35.
Oh no,
like he's an older guy, huh?
I'll take the blame.
You did one earlier, Juan. I let you slide though.
Oh, I did. Oh man,
about hopping on some trains.
I
let you slide.
I'm just hopping on the metro, but that's all I was saying.
Respect.
That's all I was saying. But nah, there's some good guys out there in the tight end. I mean, Kyle Pitts is an enigma because he's 25, and I feel like you would have to pay him some type of bread. But do you really want to pay that to him? Like,
I don't think you do. I don't think you have to pay Kyle that money. He hasn't had a good season.
Kyle, like $8 million a year, maybe.
What about Brevin Jordan? Is a sneaky one. I feel like him being in Texas behind.
I ain't hear that name in about 2 years.
Because I think he's hurt. Is he hurt? But I just know he should
have got Darren Waller when we was talking about it. I think we started talking about. We said something about Darren Waller like around the time we first started the Burgundy breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. He been hurt. Damn, he only got 2 receptions for 7 yards. Shit.
Let's talk about this.
Oh yeah, in August. Damn.
Let's talk about this real quick. We may have lost, but we're not lost anymore. Bars.
Young DeMarco. That shit like that. Y'all don't know about that battle rap shit.
Tell me how that made what went through your head when you heard that, John.
The season's as long as we are right now.
Oh my god! You always gotta be negative now.
I saw the clip and everything. I was like,
damn.
This was bars.
It was a bar, but it was a bar, but we already locked up. So what's the point?
We're not lost anymore. We have our identity. We found our identity.
Have we?
Yes.
Have we actually?
This is the second week the defense came out hooping.
Finally.
Well, I mean, my man, Dan back there.
Right. You gotta stop being negative. We gotta take the small victories, man.
I said this was our game of the year earlier. I said it I put a whole episode out saying this was our game of the year, and I'm still sitting there like, if we lose again, I'm numb to the pain.
But that's the thing. It sounds like you already got expectation.
I'm numb to the
pain. Crazy.
Hey Mo, go ahead.
Am I wrong? We lose. It's like it's Sunday again.
I mean,
I ain't gonna hold you, right? So watching this game, I'm sitting in here because I sold my ticket. I didn't even go. I'm in this bitch on the edge of my seat. I'm trying to keep my composure.
Thank you, Reedie. Thank you.
I'm trying not to get hype or none of that.
You.
And I had to sit there in my soul like, these motherfuckers really made the game of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy though. It was good to see. Like, I'm glad that we still lost, but the simple fact that we played up to what we're capable of, I'll take a loss like that any day if we play like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't bother me.
Preach.
But in Reedie's mind, I'm trying to get the lowest draft pick possible.
I don't care about that no more.
That's where I'm at with it.
I don't care about that. I don't care. We already got our best guy. We already got the biggest position figured out. I don't care about having a top pick. I really don't. I almost prefer, for all the Adam Peters naysayers, he can't draft this. I almost prefer him to have a middle of the pack draft pick because that forces him to actually use his talents if he has any. If you're picking at 5, of course, it's going to be easy to draft a blue chip player, but it doesn't guarantee. We already been on both sides of the spectrum.
I think we trade out to accumulate more picks.
Oh, we definitely trading back is a lot.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm with you. I prefer to get more picks, but let's think about it, guys. Can we really afford to pass up on blue chip players? Think about it. Let's talk about it. And I know it's a different regime, but we already been on both sides of the spectrum, so it's kind of like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. We stayed at 2, drafted Chase Young. When it's like hindsight, Justin Herbert was there, or whatever may have you to him. I know, obviously, we know he's bad now, but you take Chase Young, you got number 2 overall pick, flamed out. You trade it back to get Jahan Dotson when you could have took Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, Kyle Hamilton. So it's like, and I know it's a different regime, but it's kind of like we've been on both sides and we kind of got the worst of both.
But the trade back then, that trade back was a few picks. Well, I guess in this situation, if we get like a top 5, top 6, top 7 pick, I don't want to trade back to 32, 31, or 28.
Hell no.
Like, it has to be a mid-round pick at no more than 10 picks back. You probably can accumulate early third, a back end second, or something with that trade. Of course, with that first though.
I can't wait to see this mock.
Here's the problem with the whole trade back. Because I had this conversation the past 2 episodes of BIB Draft HQ. A bunch of people I've been talking about people on Twitter, talking about people on Instagram. This is probably going to be the worst draft to trade back in since that Kenny Pickett draft. Outside of the top 3 picks, who's taking quarterback? Saints, Jets, Raiders, Browns. Well, problem is only really Saints at 3, Jets at 7, Browns at 5, Raiders at 4.
Quarterback.
So guess what? There goes 3. I really only see 2 quarterbacks going in the top 5, and that's if Dante Moore goes back to college. If not, there's 3. Well, if math serves me correctly, let's see, the Raiders are in front of us. The Jets are probably going to trade up if there's a quarterback, and the Saints are in front of us. So let's see, QB. Who's trading up?
John, you got
and
my
for
brain
what?
It might be another Abdul Carter sitting at 5.
What QBs are we expected to come out?
Ty Simpson out of Bama. He all right. Fernando Mendoza, the probable Heisman Trophy winner, which I'd give it to Jeremiah Love, the running back. Dante Moore out of Oregon. I would throw Lenore Sellers back to college. He's out of South Carolina. The kid out of USC, Jayden Mavia, he'll probably be a day 2, day 3 guy. Like it's outside of Simpson, Mendoza, and Moore. I won't see a quarterback till probably 3rd round.
Simpson is the only quarterback that I've heard of out of this group. But I'm not a big college football guy.
Who's the Heisman you said again? The Heisman?
It's probably going to be Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback out of Indiana.
I haven't seen
but I'd give it is easily the weak. It is Antonio Brown CTE levels a week.
So my question to you is where does number 8 go? Ohio State. Reese. That's his name, right?
Oh, although Reese, he'll be a top 5 pick. Almost guaranteed.
What's the other safety name? Downs or something like what's his
Caleb
name?
Downs?
Yeah.
Caleb Downs is an interesting case because as a talent, he's a top 5 talent. As a positional value, that's why we didn't see Kyle Hamilton go to Baltimore at 15, 16, because safety's not a big positional value. It's the biggest value of position. It's quarterback, wide receiver, edge rusher. After that, it's pick your poison. If you want to reach on a tackle, reach on a guard, reach on a D tackle, reach on a linebacker. Arvell Reese is going to come out as quote unquote linebacker, but people are going to use him as the edge rusher.
Who's the other pass rusher that I think he's leading the SEC in sacks? Texas A&M.
Oh, Cassius Howell?
I don't know. That's your job.
I mean, I was waiting for you to say Miami. I'm like, you got Ruben Bain in Miami. You got David Bailey at Texas Tech. Cassius Howell at A&M.
Is that the guy that's leading the league in sacks?
Leading the league, I want to say, is actually David Bailey out of Texas Tech, who I am.
That's what I meant to say. They told me to look up somebody from Texas. Something. I don't know.
I mean, y'all can just go watch BIB Draft HQ and y'all can see my big boards in each position. But shameless plug. The trade back is not good in this draft. It's almost horrible because if we don't take, let's say Cardinal Tate, Mekhi Lemon, 2 wide receivers, and an edge rusher is right there at 7 for our picking. We have the pick of the litter. Those guys aren't going to make it very far. So if we trade down 5 picks, they all could be gone. Downs could be gone.
Would you say Nick Hobb was a boomer bust, or like he would be like somebody that you would have to like a high risk pick?
Nick Harper
is there.
He needs to go back another year.
He needs another year. But I don't know. I gotta look at this. I gotta look at his eligibility to go back to South Carolina because if he's already had 4 or 5 years and he has to come out, which if that's the case, I don't see him going until 3rd, 4th round because of how down South Carolina's been.
No, he's got to be at 3 years because when my son won the national championship in track, he was a senior there, so he's in his junior. He's a junior,
which is why he's eligible. Yeah, he's a junior. He's a current junior right now.
He's eligible, but I'm saying I thought you said he had eligibility left.
That's well, no, I'd have to look at his eligibility. He's currently a junior out of South Carolina. He needs probably another. I use this phrase all the time, so y'all can kill me right now. He needs another year to season. 2023, 195 yards. 2024, 376. 2025, 618. Right now, he's probably my 10th receiver on the board. I'd take if we're at one of our 5th round picks and he's still there. I'm taking a 6'5" wide receiver.
Yeah, the height was better than what I've seen in his college tape.
But there's a bunch of guys I'd take way before Nick Harper at receiver. But trading down is going to be horrible this draft.
So without a doubt, Cornell takes the cream of the crop of this draft. Or is it Jordan Tyson, Chris Basil II, Malachi?
Brazel's a later rounds. It's okay. Between Malachi Lemon, Carnell Tate, and Jordan Tyson, it's really what you want. If you want a smooth route runner who's got consistent hands and is your prototypical Ohio State Brian Hartline product, then you can write 100% guarantee or your money back. It's Carnell Tate. If you want someone who's going to give you massive yak yards, someone who can do, you can move all around the field, it's Mekhi Lemon. If you want someone who can run around with the best of them and give you some athletic ability, but you've got to worry about injury, it's Jordan Tyson. I've got Tate at the 1, but it's legitimately like, who's your GOAT, Michael, LeBron, or Kobe? It's what do you look for in a wide receiver, and that would be your 1.
So right now in the preliminary stages, we're saying we're going to go wide receiver and not edge.
I say we go
based off of the way the prospects are panning out right now.
We get Aiyuk, we not going wide receiver.
I think you need to get Aiyuk. You have to go wide receiver. this receiver class this year is similar to the running back class last year. You can get one in round 3, round 4, round 5, and feel comfortable with him on your roster.
Well, I was saying round 1 we wouldn't. My bad. Go ahead.
I wouldn't because we have bigger positions to fry. I would go edge rusher in round 1. I'd probably go receiver safety round 3. If I can get Bryce Lance in round 5 out of North Dakota State, 6'3", has like one drop on the year, but it's got like 1,000 yards, and I want to say 7 or 8 touchdowns, I'd grab him in a heartbeat. There's your big body receiver that Noah Brown and Michael Gallup could dream of.
I personally feel like edge rushers is more of a bigger need, but if you're talking about if you're going to talk about you're not going to be in a position to maybe draft Arvell Reese, who's the only guy that I feel like fans are flocking to. Cornell Tate, I watched that Ohio State game. Like, that's the first time in a while, like, I genuinely watched a full college game, like, and enjoyed the hell out of it. He gives me a Mecca Buka vibes. As you mentioned, typical Ohio State receiver. He gives me Garrett Wilson vibes, but he's 6'3", though. He does not look 6'3" to me. He looks he plays smaller than what he is, which I don't think is bad, but that might be more so better in terms of his physical traits and how he moves.
He'll probably come out at like 6'2" and 3/4 because they have to get the exact height. But even we call him 6'3", I agree. He does not play at that smaller receiver stature.
Man, I just say break some type of rules and get Jeremiah Smith eligible right now. That's a receiver one right now.
I would love Jeremiah Smith, dude.
Bro, that dude, it's crazy, bro. Like, when you talk about just meant for the God-given ability and just meant for the game, bro. My man's is just turned. He was 19 and he's 6'4" at 19, bro. Like, he's 20 now, but bro, like, but I'm with you. I mean, and to Reedie's point about an edge rusher, that probably would be the better way to go in terms of if you want to secure a potential, like, just if you want to just fill a spot and not necessarily go BPA, because when you look at our pass rushers and then when you look at free agency, there's nothing in free agency. Maybe Auden Key, maybe, but like. Other than that, Joseph Osei from Cincinnati isn't bad. Yeah, Osei from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati losing both their edge rushers, Hendrickson and Osei, to free agency. They don't re-sign him.
Yeah, so he's not bad, but I'm more so looking at the draft if anything. But
what's our cap looking like for next year?
We're in the 9. I think we're about the 90s.
Let's be up there because all the 1-year deals fall off. All the money that carries over, save money from Tunsil restructure or whatever that was.
It just Terry's contract that starts taking effect.
They restructured Tunsil?
Yeah, they did like a restructure in the middle of the year to save some cap, but they didn't like add any years or anything. They like reallocated money. Yeah. Marshawn Lattimore, $18 million you saved by releasing him.
Thank you. Come again.
Dead cap. I mean, what we save? What's a dead cap?
It ain't no dead cap. We traded for him, so it's like a clear slate. Just like when we cut Wentz and we was off that $20 million. Same situation.
We might, if memory serves me correctly, because Dietrich Wise played less than the amount of games needed. I think we're getting a 6th round pick comp wise because of the Fowler signing back to Dallas. I think we get a comp pick for that because Wise didn't play the snaps. But it's a 6th round pick.
Yeah, but let's talk about Hard Knocks. So I've been waiting my whole entire life to be on Hard Knocks. You mean to tell me that this episode is what they gave us?
We're ass, Reedie. They said this, bro. It's against us right now. We're 3-9, and the Eagles and Cowboys just played 2 games in 4 days, 5 days. The Eagles on a 2-game losing streak. Cowboys on a 2-game winning streak, beating the Super Bowl champs back to back. They wasn't gonna give us no airtime. They wasn't. Now the airtime that they did give us was very interesting. Again, not that I needed confirmation, but for the fans that was turning on this team and felt like we need to fire everybody, I hope that episode made you feel otherwise, because I genuinely just I already understood what this year was, but looking at those guys in that locker room and looking how they still believe in DQ and look at his message still being preached and I remember I said at a while ago, I think I said it on here, like the only coach I felt bad for in the season was Dan Quinn. Because like he's literally trying. I can just tell it's not like Ron Rivera where you can clearly see he's in and over his head. He's not like he just doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost. It's not. I don't get that vibe from Dan Quinn. And looking at him through that on that show or whatnot from the little clips that I
he can be eliminated.
Yeah, we could be eliminated. Like, how do you not know?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It's my favorite soundbite ever from Ron.
I look at it like this, like it just gave me more confidence that 2025, 2026, Reedie, bro, we back in this thing. We competed for the division. I expected. We competed for the wild card at worst, and this year was just a wash. We never had a fair shot, bro. Like since week 2, we have not had a shot to win. To compete long term. So yeah, I'm glad I saw that, and I'm glad the rest of the fan base saw that. I hope they share that same feeling as me.
Watching the clip of Rebo announcing that Pritchard got the Stanford job, and you see Dan Quinn's face like, what you talking about? I'm like, do you not read the news, my guy? You losing him. Yeah.
I thought he was like, hell yeah, like he threw the drink and all. Like
he said, oh shit, like he didn't realize that he losing his quarterback coach.
What if he was playing?
I think he was just playing.
What if he was just playing?
I hope he was.
Even if he wasn't, though, I'm sure he had to approve him getting the interview or however that process works. So, and Dan is big on like advancement with his guys. So, like for instance, like with him going on his way, it to send him on his way. Like Dan is excited. Then to bring David Blah up, Dan is excited. Like if Cliff goes and get head coach, he's not gonna hate. It's gonna be all joy.
I don't think Cliff goes anywhere, but
yeah,
he said the same thing.
I don't either. I think next year, if we return back,
Cliff might go to the Giants.
Absolutely,
I think Cliff, because again, we talked about it earlier. Like his statistics are like actually good. Like this offense technically has been good, even though we haven't seen it. And there's a lot of reasons and factors to that. I think what hurt Cliff was us being bad. So we're not performing on prime time. There's no Jayden Daniels, there's no Terry McLaurin. So they're
by association.
They're like, oh, well, this offense was a fluke. We don't need to bring in Cliff. Next year, I think he's gone because I think we return back to what we expect, and this team's gonna be good again. But also, I'm fine with losing Cliff after 3 years. Like 3 years, that's more than what I expected. All right, David Blah, what you got? Brian Johnson, Anthony Lynn, maybe. Like, what do y'all have? Because again, I don't know if Brian Johnson is good or not. I know in Philly he wasn't, but maybe that's just Philly. They don't have Jayden Daniels. You know what I'm saying? But I just hope whatever we do, we take the Philly route. And I know it didn't work off of Philly, but I hope we promote from within. Unless we got this just stud of a guy from the outside, I hope we stay within offensively because I want to kind of keep the similarities that Cliff has. So, yeah.
So what about on the defensive side? Are we on board with DQ staying as coordinator, or bringing a coordinator? He still call it. Like I'm hearing rumblings about Raheem Morris or the other guy. His name starts with a U. I can't pronunciate it.
Jeff Ulbrich.
Ulbrich, yeah. So what? How do we feel about that?
I'm with it. I think Dan Quinn should call a defense. Now does Dan?
Why is everybody sold on Raheem? I can't remember him having no lights out top 10
with the Rams.
LA. Yeah, he was LA Rams.
He had a nice defense.
Shit, they had all dogs over there. Who can't have
nothing but dogs?
Yeah,
whole team was fucking stacked.
And you had Aaron Donald. Shit. Yeah. That's 10 players.
Yeah, Ramsey. You had a prime Ramsey, bro. You had weapons over there on defense side of the ball.
But you think about it though, like a lot of these
he was loved when he was here too.
Yeah, a lot of trash head coaches
known to be able to get a lot of
coordinators.
Kind of like that players coach, like Dan is. Like players love Raheem Morris.
I'm fine with DQ calling defense, but I don't think DQ wants to call the defense, and I don't blame him. Right? He wants to be a head coach. He wants to do everything that's head coach wise, and he wants to pass it off to the coordinator. Now, I think if Dan Quinn gets in a position like he was this year, where his coordinators aren't getting it done, he'll be quicker on his feet to step in and not be so loyal to. I'm gonna just let Joe finish it out, and I'm gonna step in when it's too late. I think he'll be quicker to not necessarily take over play calling, but evaluate these guys, actually get on their ass if they're messing up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think we're at with it. But I have a feeling that we're probably 2026. He probably will call defense. I think he probably.
I mean, and he didn't shoot it down too. That was like one of the first times ever he's asked a question and he gave an answer like that. Normally he was, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll reevaluate after the year. He would literally like
readjust.
He like, that's a chance that could happen.
I ain't never heard Dan Quinn say nothing about reevaluating. None
No,
of the
definitely
interviews. That is your man's favorite line.
No, that's definitely Ron's favorite line. But what I'm saying, like, he definitely be along those tones of like, you know, we'll assess it, or even with the injuries, like, well, everything that you ask Dan, he pushes that shit off until he has to answer it. Whereas this time they asked him a question, he like, you know, I mean, that's a chance that could happen. I could see that being the case. You know, well, we don't know for sure, but it could happen. And I'm like, damn, when you start giving direct answers like that,
we need to be transparent.
Yeah, this motherfucker always beating around the bush.
Coach.
I mean, to Juan's point though, like I don't think he necessarily wants to. I think he just has to at this rate because we see what Joe Wade got us versus 2 weeks of DQs. It's better. It's a lot better, but it's also not what I'm sure he wants out of them either.
Yeah. That nigga probably like, I ain't gonna negotiate this in my contract. I need a raise.
his thought process. This ain't what I signed up for.
Yeah.
He said he was a little excited to answer that question. Asia, right?
Definitely was. Well, respect.
Yeah.
Any topics we did not discuss?
Shout out Kanye Anthony, man.
Oh well, I mean, before we close out, is Jayden ready to go? I mean, that's the first question up there. We didn't never address it.
People say his mother said that on the stand. She did not say that. She was going back and forth with, I guess, I don't know if he was drunk or whatever, but he was just like, don't play him, keep him out for the year. You know what I'm saying? Heal him up. And she was like, he'll be back, something like that. So she didn't confirm or deny. I think we're going to trash them regardless because Max Brosmer is just like, well, I think JJ McCarthy may be back. But regardless of the fact,
so
I think we're going to trash them regardless with Mariota or with 5. So I think we should let Mariota handle them and then bring 5 back for the NFC East gauntlet and allow him to play spoiler to Dallas and Philly.
Is Noah Brown ready this week?
He says he is. Now that's somebody that says he is.
I mean, he was full practice today on the injury report. He was a full.
I really don't care anymore though. Like, oh my god, talk about a guy that has so much, and it's like it's so unfortunate because it don't even be his fault. Like, like his injuries don't even be like his fault. And I don't think injuries are ever somebody's fault on purpose. But like he just has bad luck, bruh. Like going back to the spring, then he gets this last year. He's like, so.
Yeah. My thoughts on Bill and the Mariota.
That shit was frying me, bro. I wanted to mute the
Chris Collinsworth was blowing me, bro.
Oh God.
That wasn't Collinsworth. That was your man.
That was Collinsworth.
Tarico.
That was Collinsworth.
That was Collinsworth saying that.
Mariota, but I thought it was. But even Mariota said today that's how you supposed to say it. It's Mariota. And he said we all these years we've been saying Mariota. It's Mariota. That shit sucked. But I mean, as far as him, I'll start with him. Marcus, I mean, he's solid. I feel like he do dumb shit. When he makes mistakes, he make big dumb mistakes. But for the most part, I mean, he's a solid backup, one of the better backups in the league. So I mean,
he's re-signed.
Yeah, bring him back.
Oh.
In reference to Bill, I don't know, man. Like I feel like definitely Bill came out strong and shocked a lot of us with his abilities and whatnot. Gave us a different running style we hadn't seen. I feel like that running style could still work, but sometimes he got to know when to just hit the gap and get the yards that he can get. Bill's trying to score on every play. And that's kind of backfiring on him. And you're seeing where a guy like Rodriguez can come in and get 3 yards and get 4 yards, and you know what I mean, and be able to move the chains, or you know what I mean, kind of wear the defense down a little bit. They come out, you know what I mean, still get those gritty yards, and before you know it, he breaks one. I think with Bill though, he's not a guy you can just keep plugging in and give him a carry here, carry there, carry. I feel like most running backs, you know what I mean, he's one of them guys that has to get in rhythm. So you know what I mean, if he hasn't really been able to really get in rhythm, because you don't know when he's going to play. Sometimes they go whole quarters without switching the running back, or you know, putting them in. And as you see, he's getting better in the pass game, but I think it's just going to take time, more development for him to really, really break out. He showed flashes earlier this year, like I said, and I think he can be a real nice running back in this league. It's just, you know, he kind of got caught up on his flaws, and it just kind of really exposed a lot. And again, with the offense having the injuries and all the other struggles, and not having, you know, reliable receivers, and they stack in the box, you gotta, you know, I mean, you gotta pause, put your head down, and get what you can get. And that's not really his style of running.
Yeah, I think, if I'm being honest, I'm still hoping Bill pans out, but I think him not playing, him going whole quarters without seeing the field, is speaking bias to how they view him, at least right now. So C-Rod, I don't know about y'all, but I always felt like he had the talent. They just played with him. Like, they never gave him true opportunities. Oh, they'll call him up at week 13, let him get some snaps here and there. You know, this going back to the last regime. Put him on the practice squad, release him, bring him back. Oh, bring him up week 15. Never. He just stayed the course. And now I think he's a core piece of that backfield in the future. I'm not saying he's your running back one, but he's definitely, I think he's your RB2. Whether Bill's your RB1, whether you go out and you get somebody in free agency, or whether, let's just say hypothetically, you draft Jeremiah Love. Like, let's just say that. And I know that probably won't happen, but if you get that kind of back, like, and don't put it past them, because running backs are making a comeback now. Like, Jahmyr Gibbs of the world, Bijan Robinsons are making teams reevaluate the running back position and say, hey, maybe we do got to get one of these first round back. You know what I mean? So I look at it as Bill, as Asia said, maybe he was ahead of schedule. You know what I'm saying? And him being a 7th-round pick eventually caught up to him. I'll be honest with you, I'm all on the C-Rod like wave now in terms of wanting to see more of him, because I think like he's doing everything the right way. And you talk about hitting the hole, pause, having a good vision, the ability to be physical at contact, running through tackles. Like, you see none of that out of Bill, and that's not his game per se. But if you're not doing that, and you're not being able to do what you were good at, you know what I'm saying? The twitchiness, the you know, I go back to, what game was that a few weeks ago where he blew me? Like, that's my guy, that's your guy. Like, more than all of us, but he blew me. I ain't gonna lie. He had a clean sideline to turn up the field on the sideline. And I forgot exactly what he did. I think it was actually he bounced it out to the sideline instead of just going forward. A few weeks ago, I don't know what game that was against. Was it against Seattle? It might have been against Seattle.
Might have been.
It was the Seattle game for sure. I remember that. And yeah, I'm not over the Bill hype, but I'm definitely, if they're looking at the running back position as another hole, I don't blame them at all, because I definitely think you can add more going into next year. I think C-Rod's the only lock. You know they're gonna bring back J-Mac. You know they are. Like, he hasn't done nothing wrong. He always, for whatever reason, man, 3rd down, 3rd and 56. My man gonna find a way to convert that, Joe. So you know they're gonna bring back J-Mac. And Bill, I think he'll obviously be back, but I don't think he stops them from addressing the running back room further this offseason.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think some people bit off more than they can chew on Bill. I feel like he was a 7th-round pick for a reason. And this is not the trash Bill, because I do think that as the season has progressed, I'm higher on Bill than I was originally on Bill. But I just think that, you know, there's certain levels, and, you know, and then it matters in college football, the competition that you play against. Like, there are some outliers every now and then where a guy that comes from the MEAC is just like that, or a Jerry Rice or something that's from a small college somewhere, it just comes out and just and is that guy. But for the most part, your dogs really come from these Power 5, big conferences and shit like that that are, producing these guys at a high level. So not a knock on Bill, but I just think that he just. What's what you gotta say?
I don't think it's him not being able to match up with the guys in the league, or him coming from. I mean, Arizona ain't no small school. One, I don't think it's like a pedigree.
Play at Arizona though. That's the thing.
I mean, but I don't think it's a pedigree thing. I think it's more so like the scheme, and again the situation. Like,
I don't think it's
early on.
I think Bill he has his opportunities and stuff like that. I think he's just maybe the pro game is different for him. It's not, he's not catching it as fast as far as on the pass blocking and all the other intricacies of the game besides running. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me 5 before you give me 40. You know what I'm saying?
But he ain't really been struggling. Well, I don't think he's been struggling in the pass blocking and the receiving since they had the whole little spill about it, and he fixed it, and they start giving him more time again. I feel like
they giving him time. So it's the same thing like with Ben Sinnott, not to cut you off, but the same thing with Ben Sinnott. It's something that we're not seeing that they're seeing in these practices, because this is the only sport that you practice more than you play. So it's a reason why McNichols is in there. It's a reason why C-Rod is in there, and he's not in there. It was a point where they gave him the push. He had his opportunity. He was pretty much RB1. And then he digressed, and then now he'll get a series.
But that was in the middle of the Chris Moore routine and
Chris Moore
the Robbie chose. No, I'm saying like the not having a receiver threat, so everybody's stacking the box. Yeah, like that was during that period. So that's a heavy portion of it as well. And if you compare him to C-Rod, like when I spoke, like with C-Rod is gonna stick his head down and go get 3-4 yards. That's not Bill's game. Bill may need that compliment from the passing game to open up the different lanes so he can take off and do what he got to do. So, like, that power element ain't really in his game, even though, like, I feel like he can do both in a sense. But in order for him to really eat and really, succeed in the running back room, I feel like that passing attack has to be there as well.
So right then and there, and you're not wrong, but right then and there, you just proved to us why he's not that. And it's not that he's not good. He's just a regular guy. Like,
but I'm also comparing him like with the C-Rod thing, because it's like.
But C-Rod doesn't need that. And let's just be real. C-Rod doesn't need that. The biggest thing with him and C-Rod, to your point though, is he's getting the opportunities. But to Reedie's point, what is he doing? And we know C-Rod ain't had the easiest journey, so it ain't like it's favoritism or this and that. He's just simply better than Bill at this point, because what they're saying in practice. And going back to I gotta give Reedie credit, because when we all were high, Z was the first one hyped up, and then I got hyped up. But going back to July, August, Reedie was like, y'all really sold on a 7th round pick though, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's credit right there, because you've seen that this potentially could have happened to not be so gung-ho on a 7th round pick. And it's not that the talent is not there. It's just, again, Asia, what you said, he may just needs more time to develop, and we kind of rushed him into this star that he probably wasn't ready for. But I agree with Reedie's point as well.
I don't think he's a number 1 back. I don't think he's an RB1 in this league.
And I think Z just improved to that too.
I think he's a change of pace, 3rd down back at best. He's not a number 1 back.
No.
I think you attested that.
You can't say he a 3rd down back and he ain't a passing threat. Like, that's what 3rd down backs are. You come in to be a pass catching threat. So
I think he's just
you basically saying he not. Yeah, like you basically saying he coming in and he's a trunk candidate in a sense.
I mean, I feel like he's the back that you bring in to spell a guy. He can possibly break it every now and then or whatever. You think he's a starter?
I mean, at this moment right now, no. I don't think, like, again, because he's had other issues that kind of slowed his progression. I feel like he was on the right path, and shit happened, and he kind of slows progressing because they start needing all these other things from him that he just ain't have right in this moment. But had things been going the way it was going, it would have been a clear RB1. But I feel like I feel like moving forward, like with getting through the rest of this year into the off season and continued development, he will eventually be RB1. Absolutely.
I feel like you kind of like I was saying a couple minutes ago. I get what you're saying about that, but the difference between Bill and the rest of these other guys, you're telling us why he's not successful because of the things around him, no passing game and all of this, no whatever you feel like is the reasons he's not been successful, which is true. But you can't put him in the conversations of RB1 when you look at other RB1s. And I'm not saying anybody, no regular degulars, Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan. I'm not saying, I know those are cream of the crop kind of guys, but those guys don't need a passing game. You know what I'm saying? Those guys don't need things around them to be good. They find ways to be good because they're just that kind of talent. That goes back to Reedie's point. Not that every here and there you find a small guy from a small school that is that. But typically you have to go to the Notre Dames, the Michigans, the Ohio States to find these guys like Bijan Robinson, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like Jahmyr Gibbs went to Alabama. So, you know. Hey,
but again, let me make sure I'm clear when I say RB1. He's not an RB1 in this very moment. No, I feel like he was on that path to be that, and then there was a diversion, and he went a different route. But eventually, he'll get back and be RB1 is what I'm saying. But today, in this very moment, no, I can't say he's RB1. No, he hasn't produced enough. But also, I feel like it's a mixture of a lot of different variables.
Terry just got back healthy though. What you mean? I'm talking about the comment. Like that's why that was gonna be my question to you, Z. I'm like, what is the not excuse, but what is the reasoning for C-Rod being so successful? And maybe the only thing you can
but that's
say
why I
is
said the style. I feel like with C-Rod, it's the style of backs. You can give C-Rod nothing, he can put his head down and go get 3 or 4 yards. And if you continue to do that, like if you continue going against applying pressure to something, it's eventually going to break. That's not Bill's style, so you can't expect Bill to do that. With C-Rod, it's a mixture of style, it's a mixture of grit, and you know what I mean, it's a mixture of experience.
That's hard.
But I don't think like talent-wise, he's just much better than Bill.
I don't think he is. I don't think C-Rod is
I feel like his style and experience.
I don't think he's a great. I wouldn't even say he's a number one back. I just think he's the best option at the moment.
Correct.
He's not the number one back for sure. And I think Bill has the ceiling, but without a doubt, he's earned himself as the RB2 at least next year. RB2. I don't think he's RB1, but RB2, like, come on. And then he said,
it depends on what they're doing off.
It depends. Like,
hard to run against
C-Rod did well last year, and they came right back and had his ass week 1 inactive.
Yeah, but they ain't give him this many opportunities that he's getting now, though. Like,
they ain't got no option now. They had to.
I know. They don't have no option now, but look like that. You're gonna penalize him for taking advantage of opportunities?
They gave away B-Rob. That's why.
That sounds like an opportunity that opened up for him. So because you didn't have this thought of having him having these much opportunities, but now he's taking advantage of them, you're gonna go back to 2026 and say
you're supposed to do.
Yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Don't get me wrong, but now in 2026, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you only did that because the opportunities we gave you. We're gonna take that away from you." How you gonna penalize?
I think the goal every year per organization is to get better from where you were the year before, and I think they realized that they kind of maybe put the cart before the horse when it came to the Brian Robinson situation. I'm not saying B-Rob is no stalwart or nothing like that in this league. But I'm just saying, like, maybe they should have did it a little differently. They weren't anticipating Austin Eckler getting hurt, things of that nature. Yeah. They probably thought they were going to get more out of Eck and stuff like that, and they were going to mix and match with,
C-Rob wasn't even in the plans when they traded
he was in the plans, but it just worked out that way.
Yeah, week 1 through 3, he was inactive. C-Rob was never in the plans until Bill didn't work out.
Yeah, I think next year, it's a possibility that all 3 of these backs return, but it all depends on what they do. Because I don't think Eckler's back next year because His contract is up. I don't think they go re-sign him. I think they go elsewhere for another back. There are a couple backs out there. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do agree with you. I think Bill is definitely in the mix for the number 2, number 3 back.
Mm-hmm. Rico, I think Carolina gonna let him. They're gonna re-sign him. They're gonna have to.
I can see Brees Hall can go.
Edwards is good. Don't sleep on him. Man, I haven't seen Edwards. Only time I see Edwards is if I load up the game, and I click and I look at the cover art of NCAA 25.
You talking about Edwards from Michigan?
Yeah.
Donovan Edwards.
Shit,
If Carolina,
fuck, you got fucking.
Should have got Travion Henderson. That's what the fuck we should have did.
Man,
All the other
come
backs that
on.
fucking John put us
on, man.
open.
Come on. I mean, I wanted Hampton, and he ain't doing much because of injury. But Henderson,
but he has. But
right before the injury,
we've seen flashes of him before the injury. So if you take away the injury, he has an excellent year, in my opinion. I think so.
Kenneth Walker. I don't think I mean, I know they got Charbonnet, but I don't think they're gonna let Kenneth Walker go. Especially down the stretch of this year, especially the season I'm trying to win the NFC West. If he's running the ball, continuing, I mean, they got Charbonnet, but
they don't gotta run the ball. It's the JSN show.
Yeah, just the Sam Darnold show too. You know how you get doing big games, so.
Well, it's the JSN show featuring Sam Darnold.
No. I'm saying though, the show is Sam Darnold seeing Ghost in the postseason or close to the postseason. You know, Mike Green. That is interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like a lot of us wanted him, and in Baltimore he started off really good, especially in the preseason. But I honestly haven't heard much about him since.
It's that whole Baltimore unit is just a up and down unit. Because I'm looking at his stats right now. The fact that you brought him up, I was like, all right, I guess he's got 33 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Here's the problem. That whole Baltimore defense outside of like Kyle Hamilton truly is trash. Awful. Basula, cheats, whatever you want to call it. It's bad. They haven't had a true pass rusher since what?
Matthew Judon.
But even then, is Judon an out of this world generational edge?
I mean, if you're saying that like that, then you got to go back to real Suggs. If you talk about generational, and is T Sizzle even generational, or was he did he just turn into a beast?
Because T Sizzle was what, early 2000s?
Couldn't have been. No, yeah, he was. But I'm saying I vividly watched Terrell Suggs. Yeah. So early 2000s, the late 2010s or whatever, 10s, whatever.
Yeah, they haven't had a good edge rusher in a while. Mike Green was great at Marshall, but it was also Marshall's the Sun Belt. I just wanted him because he's got the production, he's got the size, he's got the speed, and he had enough around him to where he could be the Robin to Armstrong's Batman. He has no one across from him that's giving him any sort of help. Mike Green is getting, like, it's not helping him whatsoever, but I'm not going to call him a bust because that whole defense is letting him down. No, Lamar isn't helping much either.
Sonny Styles, John. What you think?
Woodney, go watch our linebacker episode on BIB Draft HQ. If you want a true old school run stuff linebacker who can tackle the best, that's Sonny Styles. Go watch it over on BIB Draft HQ.
John, you trying to get me to watch it. Why I gotta watch it when you right here? Dang.
Because I had a guess on we went through all my favorite linebackers in this class, including Sonny No AJ Styles.
Trying to make me watch the 2-hour John.
Listen, this live stream longer than the episode.
We were supposed to go 30 minutes around.
We were supposed to be gone an hour ago.
But nah, I mean. Nah, I'm definitely gonna check it out though. I'm just trolling.
Yeah.
You know? But for sure, I mean, it definitely went longer than what we expected, Paul. So
yeah. But I mean, we got a plan for it though. We said how the conversation flows, and it went every way.
Yeah, John, you got a plain white hat on.
The Under Armour. Yeah.
It got a logo on it.
Yeah, it's over here. Again,
Grill. Is it called grill?
I ain't gonna lie. Plain white hat that'd have been crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Okay.
It was definitely giving Sandlot.
Yeah, I'm like.
Definitely was giving Sandlot, but
John probably never seen that movie.
I've seen it once, like
Sandlot
a
is
decade ago.
Classic.
Come on, Smalls. How you ain't see that movie?
It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since we've seen it. Since I've seen it, but
Yeah,
no, I think we had. Yeah, we spoke on tight ends. We spoke on Nick Harbor. I'm getting receivers ready to get rolling over here.
That's why we need Unc over here, man. That's why we need Reedie. Shout out Reedie. Reedie came with the topics, man. We would have been
Coach
gone
Reedie
40 minutes ago if Reedie ain't bring up the topics.
Yeah, man. Y'all gonna have to hold it down next week. I ain't gonna be here. You know, I'll be in Florida, so I'm gonna tune in to y'all. See what y'all talking about.
Hey, shout out to Florida.
Yeah,
shout out to the fellas.
I'll be in the chat.
my neck in the woods.
At least you get to see a team win. I know this team ain't winning. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. If we playing in the chip, that'll be the night before the game. So Thursday we'll be playing for the chip. If we start Sunday, play Tuesday, and I think Thursday we might have to play Friday or Saturday, depending on how this bracket goes. But the chip should be Thursday or Saturday. Yeah,
that schedule like baseball every other day.
Yes, yeah, it's not normal, but hey, it is what it is.
For the love of the game,
you played the whole season to get here. Now it's time to go perform.
Mm-hmm. John, take us out.
I think we touched on everything else. Appreciate y'all tuning in for this past hour and 45 minutes. As Juan said, we were supposed to be gone an hour ago, but you know what? Had a good time, and It is what it is. We got more coming next week. Like Reedie said, he won't be here, so it'll be the three of us as we kicked off the episode. We got a game looking forward to Sunday. We'll all talk about it on individual channels. So hit that subscribe button here on the Burgundy Breakdown. Road to 250. We had about 165 here on the Burgundy Breakdown individual channel, trying to grow this each and every week, whether it's reels, whether it's shorts, whether it's episodes, whether it's live stream. We're trying to grow this channel. Go follow all of us at One Guy Talking Sports, at Reedie and Z, at Podcast. And with that being said, that's Reedie. That's Z. I'm John. That's Juan. We'll see y'all next week. We out.